Alright. As we grow into this new era of technological advancements, we encounter new things which results us with being in awe. We wonder how someone can manage to create something like this and where we're possibly heading towards the future. What if I told you in Sweden they are manufacturing something that you can implement this tiny little gadget that goes inside of your skin to enhance your daily functions and your surroundings? A professor of computer science at Carnegie Mellon University's Human Computer Interaction Institute named Chris Harrison says people want to do more sophisticated things on mobile phones. And the industrial answer seems to be, let's put bigger and bigger screens on a phone, which only works up to a certain point. Why don't we just forget about the whole screen entirely? Why not use a skin? Instead, just get rid of the 3.5 iPhone. Why not have the 20-inch arm bone? We are a society of wanting the best thing that is available on the market because we want to ride with the flow of things. The microimplantation could be the best thing out in the market, and as typical human beings, we tend to roll with the thing that's on the market, the top. This new beginning can affect you and the others that surround you either positively, negatively, or not at all. There are 3 things that we'll cover today over the microimplantation, over this current event, over microchipping implantation in Sweden that could play a pivotal role in our future. 1, what is this whole microchip implantation and how do we insert it in our body? 2, what are the pros and cons of this microchip implantation? And 3, how can this overall affect us in the future? And what are other people's viewpoints of this? Well, let's moving into what it actually is according to the NPR, the chips are designed to speed a user's daily routines to make their lives more convenient, accessing homes, offices, and gyms, just as swiping your wrist and just getting into easier things rather than the newer thing. Also, they can be used for store, emergency contact details, social medias, and profiles or e-tickets. These implementations have only really taken place in Sweden. The U.S. has not really gotten involved with this. The creator is actually from Sweden. His name is Johan Osterlund. These certain chips can be inserted throughout the body. It just depends what you're trying to convey. It is like any other device, implants speaking medically, which are similar to RFID implants. Now moving on to the second topic of what are the pros and cons of this implantation. According to HR Today, we foresee the use of RFID technology to drive everything from making purchases in our break room market, opening doors, using copying machines, logging to our office computers, unlocking phones, searching business cards, storing medical and health information, and using as payment of other RFID terminals. These pros can vary in short-term sense around the world. 1, such as no more body mix-up, there's a problem in the U.S. with a lot of babies getting mixed up at birth. And secondly, child abductions, which is one of the most common issues that goes on around the world. This could limit that. And law enforcement can use this, especially in various ways with criminals trying to track them down and being able to identify a criminal. Now moving on to the cons, they can also be described in a short-term sense. First thing for a con, or first thing that could go bad with this is the not knowing the long-term effects of it. Being able to have this chip in you and not knowing how it's gonna play a role in the future. It can also lay out data leaks. There are a lot of hackers and a lot of hackers and scammers out there that take a lot of personal information. And a key one is medical treatment. This which can vary in many ways. This could lead to short life expectancy. Finally, now moving into what are other people's viewpoints and how it would overall affect us. According to Dr. Catherine Albrecht, an RFID microchip and consumer privacy expert, along with potential risks to health, there's this risk of health and freedom and privacy. This can get rid of create this dehumanizing factor, and it could basically turn us into like a market and turns you into a barcode onto the package of a meat and gets tracked like inventory. Having these microchips can eliminate any human traits, which is demoralizing for us today to look in the future. In reality, that's how we will be perceived. We are creating an image. That's what makes us unique, and that's what makes us unique in the world we live in today. According to USA Today, when Jesus was raised, he was raised body and soul. It was not him, not zombie, not a ghost, and we were raised up in the same way. Which leaves us wondering, will this idea ever be mandatory? When you think about it significantly, it is scary to think about. Well, today we went over the current technological advancements microchipping, and which its meaning and the location where it can be implemented, what can be the pros and cons of it, and the other outlooks on it and how it will affect us. Will this whole idea of microchipping work out in the long run and claim to be this efficient scapegoat from other problems in today's society? Well, time will tell. Well, in the meanwhile, all we can do is make room for the future in microimplantation. If we fail to do so, we can be doomed.